Okay, so I know the topic was like Oscars or whatever, but who cares? Who cares about Oscars at all? I don't. They're so boring. So I'm not gonna talk about them because I saw Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance last night, and it was the fucking craziest movie I've ever seen. It was so good. I got to the theater like 15 minutes late, but it was totally fine because I understood everything. So like if the first 15 minutes are really good, maybe you should like tell me, but I don't care. I like 5 minutes after I got there, Nicolas Cage stared a man into flames. He just looked at him for like 2 minutes. He looked at him for like 2 minutes and then he turned into fucking flames. And Nicolas Cage is like at the top of his like fucking insanity meter. He breathes so loudly in all of this movie. And then he's like threatening this guy about like freaking that he's gonna be the Ghost Rider, and he's like he throws him up against the wall and this is like a pillow but pretending it's like a human being. And he's like, the only thing between the rider and you is me, and he's trying to get out. And then he's just the best line. He goes, and he's glowing at the door. He's glowing at the door. This movie is so good. It's like everything I'm telling you is like 10 to 15 minutes after I started watching the movie, and it just like escalates like all of Neville Dean Taylor's movies do. And it's so... Idris Elba's awesome. He's so good. He nails the French accent. And then he's like super cute, and then he drinks a lot of alcohol and has a lot of guns. And that's cool. The main girl, I don't know what her name is. She's good. She's really cute. That kid, he fucking nailed it. He was a literal... He was so unfazed by everything. It was awesome. He's just like, yeah, whatever, my dad's the devil, whatever, Nicolas Cage is the Ghost Rider, is my new dad, pretty much. And he is obsessed with Nicolas Cage peeing as a Ghost Rider. And the only bad thing about that movie is that it didn't end with Nicolas Cage peeing as the Ghost Rider. And, okay. It's so good. I don't... Like, everything that happens in that movie blew my mind. There's like the transformation sequence. It's like something out of Beetlejuice, and Death from Above is playing in the background. Let me get like an animal to talk about it. I think I'd do better. I thought Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance was a fantastic film. I'm Sinestro, and I agree wholeheartedly with the previous opinion stated. It was a fantastic movie, filled with action and adventure and romance and comedy. I would recommend it to anyone who's a fan of cinema, especially over-the-top, campy action movies, as the Neville Dean Taylor team are prone to making with their previous masterpieces, Crank 2 and Gamer. Fuck you, Griff, for not liking Gamer. I like the part at the end. But let's not spoil it.
Okay, I'm going to talk at the end of the movie now. So, skip ahead to wherever, I will tell you later where to skip ahead to, because this is spoiler time.
I like when Nicolas Cage grabs the devil with his chain, then throws him in the air, slams him on the ground, and yells, "Go home!" And then the devil falls through the earth into hell. That was awesome. And then at the end, he's the Blue Ghost Rider. I sure hope there's a sequel about the Blue Ghost Rider, the Spirited Justice. I was sad that Idris Elba had to die. But he did die in a cool way, but he still died, and I'm in love with him. The end.
But yeah, it was so good. I can't, like, my mouth was open 95% of the movie, and the 5% it wasn't open was, like, I don't know, I had to swallow and stuff. But he turns like a giant, he gets hit by a missile and then just floats in midair, spinning slowly, but everyone else is moving at regular pace, so you know it's not slow-mo, and then he does fast Ghost Rider movements. It's so good. It's the best movie I've ever seen. Not the best movie I've ever seen. It's very good. Nick Cage, like, wakes up in the hospital once, and there's, like, It's all takes place in Russia, for unexplained reasons, because I wasn't there for the first 15 minutes. But he, like, wakes up, and the nurse comes in, and she's, like, pretty, and he's like, "Whew, for a second I thought I was still dreaming." And she's like, "Are you hallucinating?" And he goes, "No, I'm not hallucinating, I'm flirting with you." And then he says, in Russian, I guess, "You're very beautiful." Also, there's a part of Turkey that's the farthest point from heaven. I don't know if that's part of, like, a mythology. I don't, like, read the Ghost Rider comics. I kind of want to now, but I don't know. I don't read that much Marvel stuff. And, like, they go to Turkey, and this place in Turkey that's the farthest point in heaven. And I don't know if they just made that up. The guy who plays the devil nails it. He's, like, I don't know. He's like an actor. He's like a British actor or whatever. I don't care about him. He looks like this guy who goes to my church who I'm obsessed with named Jim Crosby, mixed with the, what's his name, who was like the villain in the Muppets and the gay guy in American Beauty. You know who I'm talking about. And he was in Breach too. But yeah, the Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance. It's the best movie I've ever seen. It's the best movie you'll ever see. There's nothing wrong with it. It's very perfect. And I'm in love with it. Please go watch Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. My sister got me a donkey hat for Christmas, and I wore it like twice. Here it is. I have like a donkey too.
It's two donkeys. What's going on? Not much. How are you? I'm pretty good. I'm a flipping donkey. Me too. Well, let's go see Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. I heard from Bearwave it was a very fantastic film. I watched the same review of that movie. I would love to enjoy it. It looks like an event in cinema. Yes, it does. Amen. Oof.